is VER Dreaming Indigo, and I think I should be joined by Yogurt shortly. I do believe he is out somewhere, so he should be joining midway through the session. But we are here at the Chinese Grand Prix then, you know the procedure, full qualifying, and I'll link the stream in the chat then as I get ready to do my thing. Thank God I'm streaming on the right channel. For a minute there I thought I was streaming on the wrong channel, but thankfully, where is the... oh, there it is. Right, so we should be going in about 2 minutes time exactly, and we should be off to do qualify, full qualified. So the first session will be 18 minutes. The top 15 go through, the bottom 5 get knocked out. In the second session, 16 minutes, the bottom 5 should get knocked out again, but the top 10 will start the tyres they set their fastest tyre on. For instance, if they go into the Q2 on the medium tyres, that means they'll start it on the race in in the actual race. Q3 is the top 10 shootout, so everybody goes for pole at 12 minutes. Usually people have 2 runs unless they validate it and go for a 3rd run, and we should be off then to go for the Chinese Grand Prix. Welcome everybody to the stream, hope you all doing well tonight. This is Div 1, and let's see who will take pole then in qualifying for this long qualifying. Yogurt will be here, but he is doing some sport activity. He said he'll be here, and hope he is. Really hope nothing's happened. Right, as we are waiting for the Chinese Grand Prix then. I'll read the comment out for you. Keep me entertained during the stream. I don't want to be alone throughout the whole stream. Good luck, Harvey Lees. I know you've got this, bro. Good luck to everybody in the race. My predictions for pole then is Ferg, Duwell, Harvey Lees. Wait, let me start again. Ferg, Duwell, Harvey Lees, Indian Jesus, and who else is my verdict for pole position? I think I've said it. Beastie Boy could be up there. He's got some decent pace on his hands if he gets it together. Steinslag, I know he struggles around in China. Duwell, he's a possibility for pole position. But let's see then who will try and take it here tonight as we go into Q1. So Q1 shouldn't be too stressful as the channel has almost hit 100 subscribers. It says, and we are 94 subscribers, so good luck to this channel. JP Vance says, good luck Red Bull, keep our good name. So AJ and Strouds are in the Red Bull, so the Dutchman paired with the Englishman. It's a good pairing actually, Strouds and AJ. Those two have got some decent pace on their hands tonight. Chris Panda's always springing out some surprises. He almost got a podium in the last race, which is the British GP. Williams collects some decent points. I believe they got 40 points altogether in the constructors, because Chris Panda finished in 5th and Harvey Lees finished in 1st, so Williams up there already. As we got an Alfa Romeo coming out of the garage then, that is Godly Nub. As James reports to me, it's a wet race. Can you tell me if it's a full wet race or will there be a switch between dry and the wet? But this is Q1. Oh, you're going to invite me to a party, I'll go to him then. Just in time, Quicksilver.
So I'm just finishing my eating, okay?
Okay, have you got invited to the session?
I'm already in, mate.
Alright, mate. So Godly Numb is the only one out of the pits. The rest of the 19 drivers are in the pits, and that's unusual because you see some drivers come out of the pit lane rather early to do some laps, but Godly Numb is the only driver out there, so that's very interesting. As I've heard, it's a wet race, but this should affect Q1 because it's the normal procedure. It's the normal procedure in Q1. Everybody goes out and tries to get into the top 15, but he's the only one out there, which is very interesting. So he's got a track to himself, unless people... What would really hamper him is if a lot of people came out of the pits right about now, because they'll be bunched up and on their outlap, so he best hope that other drivers don't come out there and spoil his lap time. coming down into the hairpin then. Brakes at 100 meter board, heavy braking down here. It's very easy to lose the car on traction, so you need to short shift and work your way up through the throttle to maintain the stability of the rear. As he comes to the final corner then he will start his flying lap as nobody comes out of the pit, so he's got the track to himself on board with Godlinum of this China circuit then. So down his turn 1 we go, swing at the 50 meter board, use the engine braking, he hooks most of the curb. You just need to bring it out wide to get a good entry into turn 1, slingshot yourself into turn 2, go a bit wide to get a decent exit. That's a bit too tight for him. Godlinum comes out of turn 3 nice and cleanly. Through turn 4 we go, simple flat. Turn 5, brake at the 100 meter board, 23.8 in the first sector, goes deep into the first corner, so he outbroke himself and he might lose a bit of time through there. This corner is flat out, but the next corner is a bit slow. As the curb stops, that's where you turn in point. This one, you want to slow down as much as you can, you start a flat out corner. This one here is a left-hander, very easy to lose out of traction. This one, the flat out left-hander, try not to invalidate it by going out too wide, which he doesn't do. As the end of the first sector, this is going to be a 50.8, and I swore I could have saw a car ahead of him. In fact, there is a car ahead of him, that's a Haas, but I don't think that Haas driver will affect his performance. So comes down a right-hander, horrible right-hander, because it's very easy to lose the car on traction on old tyres and heavy fuel. DRS wide open then for this long straight, approaching 207 miles per hour. As we brake down into the hairpin, it's a 100 meter mark we brake at. On the throttle we go, take it nice and easy, which he does. As Godley comes to the final corner then, as he takes out the bollard with him, he sets a 30.2 Godlinum. That's not a bad first lap from him in the Alfa Romeo.
That's good. I think that was already enough to get him through. Krishna has the next one, so yeah.
So the Haas driver of Krishna came out second after Godlinum, so go on board with him. His first sector is going to be a 24.0.
2 tenths slower, but he didn't go wide in this corner, so I think he already gained those 2 tenths back.
Yeah, exactly, because the previous lap we saw Godlinum go out wide, didn't we? So you might have gained some time back on Godley.
Well, definitely gained some time back.
So I think Godlinum, a little bit of a mistake there from Krishna. He didn't really take the corners he wanted to.
Very bad qualifying last time out in the rain, so hopefully he can improve on that one. 51.6, that's 8 tenths slower than Godlinum.
I don't have a cup of coffee with me, so I'm going to get a cup of coffee. Okay, it's only Q1. I don't think they'll be bothered.
Yeah, I'll be the commentator. Krishna, now on the straight.
Professional, but
yeah, whatever. It's not F1 eSport really. Krishna now comes through the hairpin, as Jamie said on Godly Noob's lap. Brake around the 100 meters. I use the curb as a reference. Just after the curb starts, I brake, so that's my reference. Krishna now goes through the final corner. It's not a great lap. 31.7, quite a bit off. I don't know who's the next one. We'll see. I think it's a Renault. No, it is. It's Beastie Boys, but he hasn't validated. So we'll go to, I think, Duel. Yes, Duel's on the lap. He's on the mediums. Interesting if he can get through on those mediums. We'll see now what his time will be. It's a 31.5. I don't think he'll be safe with that, but we'll see. Liam is now gonna finish his lap, and he goes to P2. We have James. He goes to P4 with also on the mediums. He's just a bit slower than Duel. The next one is I'm gonna have to look. It's AJ. He's on a flyer. I think it's gonna be P2 from AJ. No, it's actually gonna be P3. Not a great lap from him. Steinschlag, I think, is the next one. No, he's not. He started his lap. And Louis Lad is gonna start his lap. It's Strauss, my Dutch homie, is next. He is on a 50.9 going through the final sector, so he's on a pretty alright lap, taking the final corner nicely as well. So what will it be? It will be a P2, just 3 tenths off of Godly Noob, who set a pretty good banker it seems, as nobody's really getting close to his time. Indian Jesus, of course, he's a very fast guy, but just hasn't had a good result yet, as Civi now comes through the final few corners and he goes to P3, 2,000 slower than Strauss, but that doesn't really matter that much in Q1. Let's use next one. I believe it's gonna be hard to see who's the next one. I think it's Beastie Boys. No, it's not Beastie Boys. It's definitely not Beastie Boys. I think it's a Mercedes, and then it will be Nathan. No, Nathan's actually it's. Well, who is the next one? Still haven't found him. It's Brady Paul. No, he is also invalidated. Louis lad invalidated. Everybody's invalidated. So they're making me. They're giving me a tough job here. Next one is Indian Jesus. I finally found him. Now on the straight, he isn't using any ERS at the end of the straight. So I guess he's not on the lap. He broke out of his lap. Great. Origin Gamma now is the next one. In the McLaren. Let's see what he can do. Opens up the DRS. Goes to the hairpin. Let's see how he'll take that. Takes that nicely. Now for the final corner you want to take a lot of inside curb, which he kinda does, I guess, but not really. And goes to P5, which I think will be fine, RV Lees will be the next one, of course. I think, remember he had a grey battle with Ferg last time out, and we already see the first 29. It's 29.993, so it's just about a 29, it's 29 nonetheless. Nemo went to P6 with a 31.1. Let's see, here's the next one. I think James is on another lap. Yes, he is. He's on those mediums. It's just about not improving, but maybe in that final sector he can improve by a bit. But I reckon he's gonna have to go out on another set of softs, and he goes into the late indeed. Brady Pollock is on the lap. He will be the next one to cross the line. Behind him we have Ferg, of course, last week's winner. So he is the leader of the championship. I think we already hear Jamie in the background. As Brady Pollock now comes through the final corner. It looks like a pretty tidy lap actually. So what can Brady Pollock do? It will be P6, and I think Jamie's back.
Yeah, man, I came to witness that Brady Pollock went P6 with a 31.0. Did you know, Yogurt? It's a wet race.
Yeah, the
race is wet the whole race.
Oh, that's. I actually had TTML this Tuesday, and it was also a complete wet race the whole race. So I've had experience with the whole wet race.
Trying to find somebody. Trying to find somebody that's on a lap time. I think Ferg's on one, yes.
Yeah, Ferg is on one. 23.7. Of course, Ferg, last week's winner. So, as
no,
said,
that was Harvey Lees. That was Harvey Lees.
No, it's was it?
Yeah, don't you remember me shouting his name?
Yeah, but I forgot already, man.
Yeah, it's alright, mate. Don't worry about it. So Ferg then.
Ferg was second place then, because I knew it was Ferg in the top two with Harvey Lees.
A 50.7 in the middle sector for Ferg. I don't know the best middle sector, but I think that's a decent one.
Goldie Noob had a 50.8, so it will be around 1/10 quicker, you imagine, which will be good enough for P2. But Harvey Lee seems to be on it again. So yeah, looking good, Harvey Lee, looking good.
We will find out, yeah, who's got a wet setup and who's got a dry setup.
Yeah, that's also interesting, because Parkmay is obviously on, so you have to. The setup you choose in quali is gonna be the same in the race, so yeah, interesting to see how that will plan out. Are you gonna prioritize quali but suffer in the race, or are you gonna prioritize the race and suffer in quali a bit maybe?
Ferg goes second place.
God, look at that, 5,000 between the top two, just like in Britain basically. Those two just can't seem to not find each other.
The last time I had a race, last time I had a race in China, it was wet. I went from P19 to P1. You know why? Because I love the wet.
You must have had a video on your channel then.
I did. It has over 100 views. Go check it out. Nathan
check
Booth.
It out on that. Is it now VR Indigo?
Nathan Booth is on a lap. He got a bit of a slipstream from Beastie Boy behind, well, now behind him, so he might get a bit of kilometers through there. Breaks to the 100 meter mark, brings it nice and tight through the corner. On the throttle we go. People on dry sets is going to be rapid. Yeah, going to be rapid in qualified and down the straight too. But when it comes to the rain, they're going to suffer with tyre wear and in the corners. Nathan comes across the line at 31.3.
Not looking good. He's gonna have to go out again, but he has enough time, so he will be able to. No, Beastie Boys. He retires in the pit lane, I think. Yeah, he retires in the pit lane. Why would you do that? Come on.
Well, I don't see no reason to do it.
Steinschlag, by the way, goes across the line. Goes to P16. Well, he's definitely have to go again. So he's not gonna make it.
His teammate, Louis Ladd. Yeah, Louis Ladd. Is it not? Oh yeah, sorry about that. They're both in Ferrari, one's in Alpha. Right, Louis Ladd comes across the line, goes up into P5, there his teammate. Irish New Potatoes next one to cross the line. He's down in 18th place. Can he get himself out the bottom zone? Misses the final corner, but goes a bit wide, should I say. And he comes across the line and he goes up into P7. I'm back, Jorgen's left.
Yeah, my internet's going down.
Mr. Panda is next. He's invalidated his lap time. He's currently down in last place, so he will have to go again if he's got enough. Looks like he's got enough fuel, so he needs to save EOS or go into fit a brand new set of softs. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does actually. He changes mind at the very last minute. Is this the esports line people were talking about? What the hell are you talking about? The hell, man? Steinschlag still down in 18th place. Chris Panda is the only driver along with Beastie Boy not to set a lap time, but the difference is Beastie Boy can't set one because he's invalid. Do you mind interrupting? Fucking hell.
Technical difficulties in the background. Alright, I think AJ is gonna be the next one because he's gonna start a lap and he invalidates in the final corner, which means it's this next lap. So AJ is in a bit of danger. He's gonna have to save. He's still going, but maybe someone has to tell him that he's in a validation or whatever. Oh, actually, Irish New Potatoes on a lap, and he bails out last second. He thinks he's safe, and I think
Hopefully that's the last time I have to do it.
Yeah, whatever. It's no problem. Will comes across the final corner. Hasn't had the greatest start of the season yet with a P3 in Britain, but he goes to P4 now. Q1, which is of course fine. He's gonna make it through, and that's the important thing in this session. James, oh, he's on a good one. Remember, he said his fastest time on the medium, so well, you can expect him to go much quicker. And
Jesus Christ, man. Anyways, I'm on board with Origin Gamma. He's just got a 10th up in the first set on his personal best. He's on a.
James to P7.
What the hell's wrong with that woman?
Don't worry about me. Don't go straight.
That's
Origin Gamma. Oh, he's on a good one. He's on a good one. Origin Gamma. Sector 3 yellow. That's AJ. He's gonna have to save fuel. He wants to set another lap time.
You were talking about James, weren't you? Did he complete his lap? He's got up to P7, I'd say. Yeah.
P7. Be careful when. So yeah, Origin Gamma now going through the final corner. Right now. A big improvement. Let's see what his trouser is pink. Origin Gamma. I hope it's.
You're good, mate. I don't think we all can speak your robot.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I can. Sorry about that.
Am I lagging?
You were lagging just a bit. You were speaking like a robot.
Yeah, okay.
So qualifying one is almost done, and we've still got Chris Panda yet to set a lap time. He's down in 18th, 19th place. Sorry, he's currently down at turn 4. Now coming to turn 5.
Can you hear me right now?
What did you say?
Can you hear me? Right?
Yeah, I can. Sorry.
I don't know what's happening.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Now, he's coming for the final corner, and
so,
he doesn't set an improvement.
Elsewhere, Steinschlag is coming to the final corner to set his last lap time. So this lap time has to count, otherwise he's going to get knocked out. A bit hesitant on the throttle there from Chris Panda. You saw him making a few adjustments on the throttle. 51.1, that should be enough to get him inside of the top 15, which he needs the most. Short shifts into 5th gear, interestingly. It sounds a bit laggy on the throttle. I don't know if it's just me.
AJ invalidated, so he's out. AJ's out. Jamie?
Yeah, don't worry, I'm still here, I'm just thinking.
Yeah, Indian Jesus, by the way, we all recognize him from his amazing, was it Paul Lab last time out? But he retired already, but I don't think he's safe yet.
So
as Panda improves to P15, but he might not be safe as well. Let's see.
AJ, unfortunately, has been knocked out.
Oh, he's gonna obliterate Chris's time, and that's gonna make Indian Jesus in the danger spot. I mean,
do you think so, mate? He only improved by 7 tenths, and he needs an extra 2 or 3 tenths.
He needs 9 tenths, and I believe in times like he can get it for the final sector.
So Nathan and AJ have been knocked out of Q1. I believe Nathan's on a lap, which he is.
Not yet. Nathan, not yet. Not yet.
Stein's like he's not gonna do it. If he improves, he's gonna put Chris Panda in a bunch of missing.
Yeah, I think it's enough. I think it's enough. Yes,
oh, look at the time! Look at the time! Oh my god, that must.
And now it's all up to Nathan to maybe. Yeah, he's gonna have to find 3 temps in this final sector.
That's gonna piss off Chris Panda a lot.
Ooh, maybe Nemo. He has to fight. Maybe 1.5 temp in that final sector. Can he do it? He has to get this final corner absolutely perfect, and then he can maybe knock out his teammate. He doesn't, just doesn't. But Nathan, he's gonna have to find something in this final sector, otherwise he's gonna be out again, just like Britain in Q1, which is not nice to see, of course. And he goes wide in that final corner, has a lot of understeer. It's probably not gonna be enough.
Oh,
he doesn't
no. He beats
it won't be enough.
He beats his brother by under 2 tenths, so he's beat somebody.
Yeah, well, it's a bad day for the brothers.
Yeah, Nathan and AJ.
Behind him is Beastie Boys, who hasn't even set a lap time.
Nathan and AJ struggling down in 18th and 19th. Hopefully, he can find a solution coming into the race. But it is wet. Anything could happen. You never know. They could be better in the wet than in the dry. But anyways, the drivers that's been knocked out is Chris Panda, Nemo, Nathan, AJ, and Beastie Boy, who did not set a lap time for some unknown reason. I don't want to assume it's a quality ban because it might be wrong, but I don't see any other vision of why he's been.
Did Beastie Boys do something wrong? I think he crashed last time.
All I remember him doing is crashing in Britain.
Yeah, didn't he crash on the exit of Stowe?
Not Stowe, it was Luffield.
Yeah, Luffield. I remember that, yeah. Look how close this field is again. It's again so close. And look at the gap from P15 to P16 and P17, P18. It's so close. If Nathan just found just a bit more than a temp, he would have gotten it. It's so tight. Of course, AJ ruined his lap. He invalidated too many times. I mean, yeah, unfortunate for them, but yeah, it's their own mistake. And by the way, Indian Jesus is quite lucky as well. We all know how fast Indian Jesus is, but he's got to show it now. Otherwise, he's going to be out of Q2.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem.
So comments coming in from Brady Pollock. I think he's racing, isn't he? Is he not?
Yeah, he's racing. He's through to Q2. Yeah.
So Brady Pollock, P10 and P11. Wow, it's OMG is only Q1. I forgot. Tried to risk it with a wet setup, did not go well. And Nemo said that. Right, on to Q2 then. So I scrapped the tyre choices because it doesn't matter. I think it should be soft ones. But will people go? Will we see people go on mediums because they want to?
No.
No. Forget what I'm saying. Forget what I'm saying. Just ignore it. What I was suggesting is, but people get on the mediums to save their softs. But bear in mind, there's 15 of them, and they could knock each other out on different tyres. Yeah, so just ignore what I said.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be a shootout here. It's gonna be a straight up shootout. Who's gonna go to the Q3? And yeah, tire choices is not a factor here. So
Oh,
Actually quite looking forward to it with this side of a grid, of course, with CRL. So, I mean, it always surprises me how close this field is.
so yet again in Q1, Godly Noob is out of the garage first, like he was in Q1.
Yeah.
So he wants to get things done straight as possible. We've got 4 drivers on their outlaps, which is Original Civi, Origin Gabba, Strouds, and Godly Noob. We can see the McLaren behind him. I think he should be backing off anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, Godly Noob. Haven't really seen much of him in round 1. I believe he was somewhat P9 in quali, and in the race I have not really seen him. But yeah, he's looking pretty fast on this track. I mean, I think he was 4th in Q1 with just 1 lap time set at the beginning of the session, you know. So maybe if he can take his time a little bit and focus up, he can maybe get a good spot on the grid and maybe surprise us.
Interestingly, we've got a few drivers on the medium compound tyres.
What is Strauss doing? What is Strauss? He spun on his outlap.
Yeah, I've done that before, no surprise.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised you did it, but I'm surprised Strauss did it.
No one's surprised. No one is surprised that I've spun or crashed or whatever.
I mean, oh my god, there's another one. Ferg spun as well. Ferg's on the mediums, by the way. Does he know it's a wet race?
Anyways, Origin Gabba.
What? RV Lee's on the mediums. We have Origin Gamma's on the mediums who started his lap. We have Civi on the mediums who started a lap. I'm so confused.
Origin Gamma makes his way down into the first corner then. Let's see how he takes it. It's a very difficult first corner and second corner. Second corner feeds into the third corner, right here. He's got a decent exit coming out of turn 2 to get a good edge to turn 3. Good exit from him, nice rear stability, yeah, nice and neat from him. Coming in the end of the first sector, there's a 24.1 in the first sector. Not doing too bad is Origin Gamma, but I suppose he'll switch over to the softs because there's no need to use mediums.
He's not gonna make it from those mediums. He can't even do that flat, I think. I think he didn't do that flat. All looks pretty nice. He's taking every apex correctly. Doesn't really make any real mistakes. So all looks pretty nice, but I don't think he will just have enough grip to make it through. 51.6. It's slower than Nathan's time in Q1, so he's definitely gonna have to go again.
Yeah, I don't think there's no need for medium tyres unless they're doing exploratory lap times or waiting.
Maybe just a banker, just to have a delta, which is a bit of an encouragement if you're like 1 second up in your delta.
And when the track evolves as well, coming towards the end of the session, because that always helps with tyre degradation.
Maybe he wants to save another set of softs for the Q3. You know?
Yep, good possible choice that is, Yogurt. Coming out of the hairpin then, short shifted his way out of third gear, getting traction, coming to the final corner, bring it to the 50 metre mark, clip the capex, use the outside curve. Oh, I was so close to invalidation. Comes across the line.
31.6. I think James and Duel did better in Q1. Original Civi is gonna go again. I think, yeah, Godly Noob. He goes to 30.1 again, I think, because he did a 31.1 in Q1 as well. We have Strauss.
Mr. Strauss validated it, so he will go for it again.
It's not what you want. Irish New Potato heating up the tires like mad. Let's see, we have as well, I think we even has, yeah, of Krishna, but he invalidated as well.
Harvey Lees, I think, is the next one to cross the lines.
Harvey Lees is indeed the next one. Fastest man in Q1, but that doesn't mean anything yet. Let's see what he can do in Q2. Of course, the leader of the championship. He goes to 31.2. I believe that's pretty good, actually.
I think that time needs improving into the 30s if it can. Just to the 30s, like 30.8, 30.9.
Jesus goes to 30.3. I reckon that will be enough. We have Duel on the soft. Let's see what he can do. Last year's champion, or last season, not last year. Steinschlag as well. Well, that's he's gonna have to go again.
We've got James.
Oh my god, that's dreadful.
James comes across the line. That time he's improving. He's gone up to 4th place.
Yeah, he can improve. He did a 30.6 in Q1, so he can definitely improve. Irish New Potato. Oh no, it's not Irish New Potato.
Brady Pollock, I think, is on a lap, but he's on a lap.
Civi.
Where is he? Where is Civi? Where's Civi? Well, 7th place.
But he's gonna go again probably. Loulet as well. He's gonna go to 6th with 31.6 for Loulet. It's a pretty good lap actually on the mediums as well. Strauss, just after he set an invalidation, he goes to P4, but that's on a set which he's, as you can see, if you have tires to fit it, he did 2 laps on those tires. So
Brady Pollock comes to the final corner. He hesitates on entry, comes across the line. Oh, that time he's improving. 131.4. James was on an old set. James was on an old set, so he could improve. So that those tyres were in Q1 then, I presume, because it says 1 lap in Q2, so they were Q1 tyres he was using. Ferg, let's go on board with Ferg, because he comes to the final corner then on the medium compound tyres. Let's see what he could do around this Chinese track as we head into the first corner then. Let the engine do the braking for this one. Don't necessarily need to use the brakes, it's all about engine braking into turn 1. Feed it into turn 2, get a good exit out of turn 2 to get into turn 3, which he did. Usually I miss it, I usually go wide and usually take too much of the curb in turn 3, but that's nice and neat from Ferg coming out of turn 4. Turn 5 flat out, usually I take the curb which I don't need to. Purple in the first sector, 24.0, that's a decent first sector from Ferg. He's on the medium compound tyres like Harvey Lee's, Louis Ladd, Origin Gamma, Ferg and Krishna. Flat out through this easy turn 6, now through turn 7. Slow corner here, short shifted. Next one, it's all about the entry speed through this one. Half throttle through that corner there, through turn 9, so I thought it would be flat out, but he takes it. I think you don't want to take it flat out, do you? Because it might lit up the rear tyres. This long right-hander here, no problems through here whatsoever. It's very easy to lose the car on traction or go very wide because your tyres can't live with the corner, the amount of steering input you're taking through it. Makes his way down into the hairpin, braking at 100 meters. Want to clip the apex, get a nice decent exit. Usually people spin here because of traction. We might see some of that in the rain, people spinning out of there. Coming to the final corner then, Ferg, and let's see what lap time he can set. Can he get above Harvey Lee's? This is going to be a 30.8.
On mediums. That's good.
He is the leading medium runner, but Krishna and Liam then yet to set their times.
Yeah, Liam is first, so he's on a pretty good lap actually. 50.8 going to the final sector, so that's actually yeah, that's pretty good. So might actually be P1 if he has a good final sector. We'll see if he can do that. Let's see what Krishna said. I just didn't see what Krishna said, but it doesn't really matter because he's on mediums. Look, yeah, I think Krishna is gonna have to go on softs definitely.
So Liam then, coming out of the hairpin, sorry to interrupt Yoka, he's coming to the final corner. Let's see what lap time he can set. Oh!
That's gonna ruin his lap time, but he's still in P4.
He almost beat his teammate.
I mean, it's I don't know if he's safe yet because there are a lot of fast guys who still need to go into the softs. Remember?
Yeah, I'd say go for another run on the soft tyres.
I think Liam is not safe with this lap time. It's Krishna 31.8 on medium, so he can still get into the 30 highs probably on softs. Yeah, but this won't be enough. You can already tell us in P12, but it's not really too bad. And at the moment we have no one out on track. Actually, we see a Ferrari go out on track.
So I told you before that Harvey Lee's had to get out of 30.8s, and Fergus just proved it. He had to get to 30.8. So
yeah.
I'm on a wet/dry setup, Harvey Lee says in the chat. Makes sense. Right. I wonder if he slowed down the straight because of his more wing.
Steinschlag, by the way, he's confident enough to go into the mediums. I mean,
is there any reason to? Do you think, Yoka?
I mean, no. I mean, there's rain, track positions, everything in the rain. So why don't you just go into the softs?
Maybe, I don't know. He's got this lap to pit, otherwise he might ruin his strategy, or he might ruin his chances and get inside the top 10. You never know.
I hope he's listening to the stream because Steinschlag, if I was you, I would get him right now, strap on the saddles off, and I mean go on that because on the mediums it's useless in my opinion. I don't know what his strategy is with this, but we'll see.
Brady Pollock, I'm just wondering because he said OMG it's Q1. I forgot. Imagine if he went out on 3 different sets of tyres in Q1 using 3 brand new sets of tyres. If he does get inside, he's not stupid because he thought it was short qualifying. I've done the same thing and I've lost all my tyres. Yeah, he didn't mean to do it.
If
he didn't
it's
mean
his
to do
first
it.
race, I'll give it to him.
No, but the thing is though, I've done it myself before. It's not only him that's done it.
Yeah, but I expect nothing less from you, James.
That's very nice, isn't it, Yoka? Brady Pollock said he went out on 2, so we should have some softs left.
Okay, well, that's not too bad too, actually. I mean, if you use 1 for this session, well, you're gonna have to use 2, actually. Did he go out of mediums? I'll check, actually.
Well, he says his best lap time's on the soft, so he's used another pair, unless he's used them from Q1. But
yeah,
anyways,
so if I was him, I would have done first set on the mediums, just set a banker, and then go on to do the softs. But that's too late now, so well, you can do it. Louis Lad, well, I don't know, but I think he can be pretty quick. So see what he can do. Yeah, and he's already. I think he set his fast time on the mediums actually. Yes, he did. He's already 3 tenths improving. So yeah. Let's see what Louis Led can do.
This is a crucial lap for him because he's down in 10th place and the guys below him are on the medium tyres. They'll switch over to the softs probably towards the end of qualifying to the nearest stages. But look at it.
But I think the gap around from mediums to softs is around a second. So if he it's already okay. Well, it's gonna be more than a second for Louis Led. Oh, we did go a bit wide, I think.
Yoga.
So yeah.
I am looking at the fitted tyres and everybody barring 2, which is Steinslag on Irish New Potato, are on the soft compound tyres. So they'll be coming out towards 2 minutes and 30 seconds. We've got James and Fergs coming out, so I think it's best for everybody. Steinslag, I think he must come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Well,
so
he's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. He spun as well. He's not gonna make it.
Yeah, so well, Steinslag's qualifying might be ruined.
For him. Louis Led comes across the line now. Well, really final corner. He's gonna improve massively, and it's gonna be P1.
Good lap time from Louis Lad. What a lad!
Yeah.
He's what? He's 1/10 quicker than Godly Num, his Alpha Romeo teammate as well. So both Alphas are looking quite good. Who's next across the line? Was Steinslag, but he spun. You said Irish New Potato on the medium tyres. That's an interesting one because he's got no chance to pit and go out again.
5. Don't think he'll make it. Nah.
I think he might have shot himself in the foot by going on the medium tyres again.
I think, yeah, I think he did. Because a lot of people, if he's gonna overtake people, like Krishna, Gamma, Harvey Lees, James, Ferg, they still have to, they still have to go into the softs.
He's coming across the line, and he goes up into P9. Wow.
It's not enough.
Yeah, but
it's a good lap time. It's a good lap time on mediums, but it's not enough.
Oh, Steinslag's in the wall coming out of turn 4. I hope he gets back on track. I don't want him disqualified because he will get disqualified if he stays there.
Yeah, but yeah, it's over for him.
Yeah, they're not allowed to reset tracking. Oh, did I see someone making contact with somebody? Almost. They were side by side with each other. So, under pressure is Harvey Lees, Brady Pollock, Origin Gamma, Krishna.
I think James is next. James is next. He set his lap time on the mediums as well, and he was improving by 7 tenths. So we might see another purple lap time.
James did say he set his lap time on an old set of soft, so he should be improving on this set of soft.
Ooh, okay. Well, okay. He did. So he didn't set his fast lap on mediums.
No, I don't think he did. No.
Yeah, but on the old set of softs is still pretty bad, especially on a track like China.
He's gonna go past this anyway.
Let's see what he can do. Yeah. Fastest time of the day for now. I think Fergus is gonna be the next one. Yes, he is. Well, he's gonna probably obliterate the time James has at the moment. So let's see what Fergus can do now for the final corner. Is he gonna take it as well? No, he didn't really take as much apex as he did last time, which is of course better. But he's still gonna obliterate the rest of the people. Unbelievable performance from Ferg again in qualifying. It's only Q2, but it's still an amazing lap.
Commissioner is started his last time, so this lap time will count because it's the very last one he could set. So he needs to improve on it to get inside the top 10. And Brady Pollock's on a lap. This is his last flying lap. Let's see what he can do on a brand new set of soft tyres. He needs to get inside by Q10 about.
It's gonna have to be now or never.
Harvey Lees as well on the verge of getting knocked out. He's invalidated it. No, he's got 6 seconds left. Harvey Lees, it's over for him. Brady Pollock is the only one that can stop him. Can he stop him? He comes across the line now. Harvey Lees will get knocked out. Q1, Q2.
It's over for Harvey Lees.
The main protagonist.
But look at Siffy. He's gonna get Harvey Lees as well. It's gonna cost Harvey Lees even more. But it's my god, Harvey Lees. He bottled it. Oh no.
Oh, the main protagonist has been knocked out. The championship leader has been knocked out of Q2. and that's a real shame.
That's a disaster,
Wait,
especially
wait,
considering it's a rain race.
Wait, what's he thinking? What's he doing? What's he doing? He's still going for it. It's over. It's over.
It's over. Harvey Lees is officially out of Q2. Didn't think we would say that.
Wow, it is raining and it is difficult to overtake unless you've got the skills to.
Is he gonna be able? He is gonna have to get a 30.6. Don't think he'll get that. He had a bit of traffic of Furry, I think. No, he don't.
Dooble's still on a lap. We'll keep it out here. The Frenchman comes towards the final corner, and let's see where he can place his AlphaTauri. Would he go quickest overall? No, he doesn't. He goes third.
Ferg seems to be in a bit of a league on his own.
The deadline is, the main deadlines are, not deadlines, headlines. Harvey Lees has been knocked out of Q3.
That's a disaster for him. That's a disaster.
He'll be heartbroken with that one for sure, but there's still the race to go.
Pretty good actually. Go on, Strauss. Let's go.
He'll be heartbroken with he'll be heartbroken with that one for sure, but there's still the race to go, and let's see what he can do in the race. There's plenty of opportunities because you might see a safety car because it is a wet race. I don't know if it's a full wet race or a light wet race, but they will struggle.
I mean, it's it's never good as a race winner and as a potential race winner for this race as well to go out in Q2. I mean,
so
pretty bad. And look at Ari's new potato. If he went on to the softs, it would have been way better.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, of course,
the drivers,
Gamma as well.
The drivers, the drivers have been knocked out are Irish New Potato, Kushner, Harvey Lees, Origin Gamma and Steinslag. So Brady Pollock made it into Q3 fortunately, and both Alfa Romeos are looking good down in fourth of this, so let's see what results they can produce. Stroud's down in a lonely 6th place, his teammate's been knocked out of Q1, and Indian Jesus has joined. Hopefully he hasn't been knocked out. Brady Pollock is happy that he got himself into Q3. As I noticed throughout the whole Q1, Q2, Q3 session, the weather's got worse basically. Look, it was sunny, now it's cloudy. The weather's just turning around, foreshadowing it's going to be a heavy race because it keeps getting cloudier and cloudier.
I just want to make a bold prediction. I think Godly Noob is going to be out first.
Well, you never know. You never know, Brady. You could go quicker with the track evolving and all that, but I don't think the track's evolving anymore because it started to get cloudier. I think the main peak was Q2.
It's not. I think it's Brady Pollock out first. No, it's Ferg. If Ferg is out first, I mean everybody's going out straight away.
I think Ferg is relieved to see Harvey Lees at Q1, but at the same time, he's a bit.
This could be a great opportunity to get an early advantage in the season, because I think Ferg, Harvey Lees, and Duel are the main title contenders. Yeah, so I think so it's a good opportunity for Ferg.
Well, Harvey Lees said in the chat, fuck. So he is not happy.
He's not happy. Yeah, we said it on the same time. Yeah, he's not happy.
Don't worry, Harvey. There's you've still got the race to go. Keep your head up, mate, and it's not over yet.
I mean, the points are given in the race. I mean, if Ferg crashes, I mean, you're the one that's laughing last, but
they may be laughing now, but you could be laughing in the race.
Yeah. We'll see how it all pans out. We still have Duel in the pits. Does he have 2 sets of soft left? Do you think? I don't know.
Oh, I think Brady Pollock has only one more softs left because he used quite a few of them in Q1 and Q2.
Maybe he's on an old one. I don't know. Don't think he is.
Everybody except Dubal's in the pits. I mean, on the track. Sorry.
I mean, it's getting pretty cloudy. I don't know if there's rain forecasted, but if there is, he's gonna have to go out now. The best track positions possible.
Thing is though, he has the weather radar and we don't, so I assume that it's going to be safe because he won't be in the pits if he wasn't, would he?
Well, Ferg now coming into turn 1, taking quite nice. Oh, he pressed a bit of gas. I mean, you just want to roll the car out in turn 1. You don't really want to press the gas while braking.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers are in sector 1. They're quite close together, almost separated by what?
Yeah. Ferg 23.7. So it's a pretty good first sector. Yeah, no, we'll stay on board with him for the fast left-hander. It's flat out. This one is not flat out. Gonna have to go to 5th gear, maybe 4th gear for that extra rotation. Just like terminal illness.
TRL limitless
nice
terminology.
No, yeah. 50.4. That's again another good sector time. Let's see what he can do coming out of this fast left-hander. You wanna have a good exit, of course, on a straight. So he takes a wide line and he gets a nice exit, of course. Opens up the DRS. It looks like a pretty good lap, to be honest. You might see 29.5 maybe. He goes in the hairpin down to 2nd gear. Don't go. Oh, that wasn't a nice hairpin.
You can see the rear is slided,
yeah,
couldn't you?
The rear is sliding on Ferg's car. It's raining.
I thought I saw a bit of rain.
It's a 0.5, as I said. But am I tripping or is it raining? I don't know. Godly Noob invalidated. Louis lap goes to P2. Strauss to P3. That's another great lap time. Safety to P4. Then James to P3 with a 30.3. So
Liam P4. Oh! I thought original safety was going to hit the back of Strauss. They were close together. Brady Pollock then coming out their hairpin. Yeah. Let's see what he could do on an old. I think that's a new set of tyres. I don't know, but coming to the final corner then, Brady Pollock will place his racing point up into P6 ahead of Stroud.
Indian Jesus P3. Nice lap. He's 7 thousandths behind Lula.
Oh! What did I just see? What's going on? Stroud and the original Civi. I think they're just having a little bit of a moment.
Alright, I'm gonna look at Duel because he's the only one on a lap at the moment. Let's see what the Frenchman can do. Coming for second one, 23.8, just a bit slower than Ferg. But I mean, if you're just a bit slower than Ferg, he'll be second. So I would be happy with that. Let's see what Duel can do. Takes it nicely, just like Ferg.
Harvey, mate, don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. You've still got the race ahead of you, mate. Don't worry, mate. Keep your head down for the race. Forget about qualifying. It's done. Qualifying's done. Focus on the race. It's going to be okay. Duel, 50.7 then.
50.7. That's 3 times slower than Ferg. Maybe he has less wings, maybe, or he has a complete wet setup, which makes him a bit slower, and Ferg doesn't have the wet setup. You never know, of course, but yeah. He's not going to be cheeky enough to get the slitching of Strauss.
Gives a bit of that, if you don't mind. There's there's quite a few cars ahead of him.
Traffic. Teammate as well, so
that's the Alpha Tower. Yeah, that's his teammate ahead of him. He should have given him a bit of a slipstream down the street.
Yeah, they're all out of the way very nicely, so nobody is being hurt there. Duel now for the final corner. Will probably be a P2, and it will be a P2.
Separated by 4/10. So look at Ferg.
Is gone. Ferg is long gone.
Bring me into this race. I will try and stop him. I'm joking.
Yeah.
So what's this line? What's this esports line they're talking about? Indian Jesus. He's done it. I think he's done it. Do you know this esports line? What are they doing?
What's the esports line?
I don't know, but someone talked about an esports line. I'm trying to go on board with somebody that's done it. I'm going to go on board with Duel to see if he does it.
No, what you talking in the pit lane, esports line?
Yeah, in the pit lane. They talk about esports line, but I don't know if there's actually an esports line. I think it's just a normal way round.
I mean, there's no such thing as an esports line.
Yeah, exactly. People do what they want to do, but they class it as esports because they see esports drivers doing it because it's the quicker way for them.
Esports drivers find time everywhere. So.
Nathan says, "I wish I could get into Q2 for once." Don't worry, Nathan. It will happen, mate. It takes time for it to happen. Thought my pace was okay, but guess not.
Who's Nathan?
Who's Nathan, you say? I don't know who he is. Who is he?
She's Gamma.
No, Nathan. Nathan Booth?
Nathan Booth?
Yeah, he's the owner of this league. You know who he is. Yeah, you know.
Well, that took long for me to find out.
Don't worry, because sometimes I forget who I am.
Sorry, Nathan. My bad.
So I'm going to go on board with Duel to see what he does.
Oh, yeah.
Normal way round. Yeah, there's no such thing as esports live, do there?
What? How can you even gain more time there?
You can gain about 1/10 or something.
I'm not understanding the esports line here, guys. Come on. Okay, Strauss is gonna be actually the next one to set a lap. Oh, my boy Strauss. Let's go.
Mr. Strauss. He's down in 9th place. He's 2/10 away from Brady, and he needs to find more time.
We know he can find more time. He did a .4, I believe, in Q2. We know he can find more time. We just have to believe in him, and I believe in my boys. He's the only Dutchie in this league, so I have to support him.
Nathan says, thanks, Sugar.
Sorry. My bad. I was confused with TTG Nathan.
Oh, yeah,
But,
TTG Nathan. Yeah. I know who he is.
Yeah, well, you all know, we know who he is, but they don't.
So, Strauss,
So,
then
yeah.
coming to the hairpin. Everybody's out there except 2 chaps. Yeah, no problem. You go for it.
Oh yeah, Strauss through the final corner. Starting his lap, he took a pretty nice exit actually, taking a lot of inside curve what you want to do to have the shortest line and the most amount of speed. We do have a car coming out of the pit lane, and that's gonna ruin his lap already. Brady Pollock. Ooh, that's not nice, but
mate, even that. Yeah, okay, even that scared me.
Yeah, I mean it's so unpredictable for Strauss what he's gonna do.
Ironically,
so, yeah.
it's a Racing Point and a Red Bull.
Yeah, how ironic. He's still improving, Strauss, so he must have really made a bad mistake on his first attempt. Had a bit of traction problems out of that corner as well. It's not looking like a very nice lap. Losing the back end as well a bit. His setup is not really working nicely here. I wonder how his setup will turn out to be in the rain if it's already not nice in the dry. We'll see how it will end up for him. Strauss now. Ooh, he's not improving. Well, yeah. I don't know if you're on board with him, but in the slow corners, he has no grip on the rear.
I was on board with him the whole lap.
It seems like he has way too much rear suspension.
I was on board with him the whole lap. I quit out of turn 5. He had traction issues coming out there, massive wheel spin, so that cost him a bit of time too.
Yeah, it's actually turn 6, mate.
Yeah, I guess I get confused. What turn's what turn?
Just to make sure. Well, Strauss, can he do something? Maybe get the time of Brady? I don't know. I hope for him he can. And he can't improve. I mean, oh, Godly Noopy is on a good lap actually. He's on a good lap. Oh, P3. I think he made a bit of a mistake in the last second because he was going quicker than Duel. Fergus on a lap, but we have James who is first. He's also improving by about 2 tenths. Make that 3.5.
That's a good time.
For him. But look at Ferg. Is he gonna improve? Yes, he does. 29.
That matches my time trial time from time trial, obviously.
I have a 28.7.
28.7. Wow. I wish I could improve.
Louis lad, with a wet setup in TTMR, I did 29.7.
Oh, I don't flex then. Louis lad coming down into the hairpin then, breaking at the 100 metre bar. Let's see where he can go. He's currently down in 5th place. Both Alfa Romeo is actually a bit of a oversteering moment through there.
Godly Noob is already done, so it's all up to Louis lad. Takes that last corner pretty nice.
P2!
Oh, P2 for Louis lad.
And Alfa Romeo is on the front row. What about Duval? I've not seen much of him lately. I don't know what's going on, but Indian Jesus is about to start his last lap. Original Civi, I think he had a trip on the grass because he looks like he's got a bit of debut on there.
Yeah, next one is Brady. So we'll look at Brady, I guess. See what Brady can do. He's gonna get the cheeky slipstream of Godly Noob.
I've got a story for you, Yoga. Basically, in Baku 2018, F1 2018, I tried to do the exact same thing. Instead, I crashed into the back of him twice. I lost my whole front wing because I pulled out too late.
Why is it always you that bottles?
I don't know.
Are you? What's your secret?
No!
Oh, he validates it.
It was a 30.9.
Anyway, but so who's the next one? I don't even know who the next one is.
Duval's the next one, I think. It's over for Ferg. Ferg is on pole position. He can't go for another lap.
Indian Jesus is the next one. He's improving by a little bit. I mean, that little bit can gain him maybe 1 or 2 positions. Oh, he went onto the curb on that exit. He's gonna have to take a wider line than you really want to. Don't think this will be the lap for Indian Jesus. We'll stay on board with him, I guess, but I don't think this will be it for Indian Jesus. See what he can do. Coming through the hairpin, misses the apex a bit, gets a
Gets on the
bad
throttle,
exit as
gets on the
well.
throttle too early for Indy Jesus and the car's liking. Coming to the final corner, then let's see. He's
Yeah, he was
validated it.
doing an all or nothing. Duel. Let's see what he can do. I mean, he's the only one that can still get maybe P2. I think P1 is a bit out of the question. And he goes to white. Gonna be an invalidation.
He
He's
is not
mad.
happy. He is not happy.
It was gonna be a big improvement actually, because he lost a bit of time by the weaving and he went a bit wide, which is not gonna gain in time.
So Ferg is on pole position by a good margin of 4/10 ahead of Duval, who's a 10th further behind Louis Lad. James did a good job to put Mercedes in 4th place. Both Alfa Romeos are looking outstanding. One's in 2nd and one's in 5th. Indy G's is in 6th place and 7th place. I can't remember exactly.
I don't know. Liam? Maybe Liam? I don't know. Yeah, Liam.
Yes, Liam. Original Civi in 8th place. Brady Pollock 9th in the Racing Point, and Stroud rounds off the top 10. And Yogurt. Would you let me do my thing? If you know what I'm talking about.
Sure. Yeah, I know what you're talking about exactly. Maybe I have to do something with cars.
Okay, here we go. Focus. Speed. I am speed. One winner. 42 losers. I eat losers for breakfast. Breakfast? Maybe I should have had breakfast. A little brekkie could be good for me. No, stay focused. Speed. I'm faster than fast, quicker than quick. I am lightning.
I love
And it's
that.
raining. It's raining, man.
I've also noticed one thing. My boy, Real DC, is not here. That's a shame.
No, where is he? No, real DC. Come on. I mean, where's the real DC? How can we miss the DC, man? I always love to see the real DC.
I miss him. Hopefully he comes back. I don't know where he's gone.
Maybe he just has a day off, has to do something.
Dragon on
Yeah,
Speed
but
says he loves
anyone.
that. No problem, Dragon on Speed. That was a good.
Where's Dragon on Speed? Wasn't he in this league as well?
He was in the test run in Britain, I think.
Is he in tier 2? Dragon on
I
Speed,
think-
can you just answer my question? If you're in tier 2, please. Because I don't really... I did watch the tier 2 stream, but I just watched the quali just to see the differences in quali times. But
I can't wait for this race, Sugar. They're on the intermediate tyres in mixed conditions.
it's not that wet.
I think it's
as
supposed to get wet
expected.
later on in the race, so let's see the crossover between the inters and the wets.
Well, if it's gonna be in like lap 16, it's gonna be a long stretch for maybe some guys, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But who is filling in for the real DC? What car is? I guess
Williams.
Brady
Is it
Pollock?
Chris? Was it Chris Panda?
No,
filling in?
Panda. Don't you remember Panda? He was on the Hearts last race.
Does
And
he?
was
No,
in
he was in
the
the
lead
Williams.
for a long time.
He was in the
lead
Williams.
for a long.
He was in the Williams, mate.
Who?
Harvey Lees.
Yeah, Harvey Lees as well, but Chris as well.
I don't think you watched the stream, but Sam Draper did announce that Harvey Lees and Harvey Lees and Chris Panda are in Williams together. There was a live stream about it, so I definitely know I'm right.
Oh. Okay.
Right for once, let's say.
Yeah, let's keep it for once. Well, yeah, is Ferg gonna be maybe Ferg get like a complete dry setup and he's gonna struggle in the inters, but we'll see how that ends up. Yeah, we'll see. I guess Harvey Lees went for a wet setup, so I mean, have a look on Harvey Lees because he's the championship leader. Remember, he's gonna have to come back. I mean, it's only been one round race, but he's still the championship leader. And he's quite far back, P13, that's pretty far back. Alright, CGM Ferg now coming for the hairpin. At the end of the formation lap. The Beastie Boys are just coming out of the corner which leads onto the straight.
The intermediate tends to grain up more than the wets. Wets could last forever, but intermediates can tend to disintegrate. Not disintegrate. I can't think of the word now. Never mind. Deteriorated. Deteriorated. That's the one.
Okay.
I will take you through the start of the race. Then should be an interesting first lap with the drivers.
I'm gonna look at Strauss.
You look at the midfield, and I'll look at the front. See what's happening there.
I'll look at Strauss. I'll look at my boy Strauss.
It could be their first time in the wet, in China. So let's see how they take it down into turn 1, because they've been in a dry session practically, and now they're now in the wet. So only the deep end with no practice in the wet. I don't think from anybody has done, because they didn't expect it to rain. They've all been doing it in dry. So should be an interesting race then, as we make our way down into turn 1 shortly. But for now, we're on the grid, ready for the 5 lights to go out. Lights out, we are underway for round 2 of the Chinese Grand Prix, and I think Ferg gets a better start than the Alpha and the AlphaTauri off the line, which he does. Clear into turn 1, down into turn 1 we go. The Mercedes trying to go down the inside of the AlphaTauri. As you can see, the Haas driver trying to get involved as well in the AlphaTauri. The Mercedes of James trying to take on Duval because he's got the inside line, but Duval has the inside line for the next corner. They'll take advantage of that with better traction, a better grip on the inside. Then James will have the outside. The Alfa Romeo is scrapping with the Haas driver. Nemo's dropping down positions. The Alfa Romeo just squeezed the Haas driver as the racing point of Brady Pollock takes advantage. They go side by side now, headed down into turn 6. Brady Pollock around the outside he goes. The Alpha tries to outbrake him, but Brady has the outside like James versus Duval. Duval I think is actually ahead, all side by side with James. In fact, they're going side by side now through turn 7 and 8, but James maintains his position and gets ahead of Duval. Up into 3rd place he goes. Steins like Chris Panda down in 18th and 19th, a misery first lap, both of them. Irish New Potato has got past his teammate. They go side by side now, coming through turn 8. The Renault almost getting out of shape there through turn 8 as well. And interesting first lap there. We've got some good battles, and AJ trying to fight Nemo, and Liam is up into 6th place I think, which he is, as Nemo is getting past the Haas driver. The Haas driver has got full wind damage, so he'll struggle in this next part of the track then with the lack of downforce.
But Harvey Lees with an amazing start. He's gonna go
spinner.
Spinner, it's Strauss, unfortunately for
Strauss,
me, I guess, because it's my boy.
Strauss half spun and collected the McLaren with him, so neither of their faults.
But look at Goalie Noob and Harvey Lees. Harvey Lees had an
Irish New
amazing
Potato.
Irish New Potato coming out of nowhere in this lap 1. It's free wide into the hairpin.
We've got contact between those
Harvey
three.
Lees had contact with no. I mean, Harvey Lees has to think about his championship. He can't throw away any points. As Ferg still leads, and it's already a gap from 1.2 seconds, as we have some people pitting. I think it's Beastie Boys and a Haas driver of Krishna. I believe they both had damage, as I was looking in the background. Strauss and Gamma both had an incident as well. Krishna, it's a 5-second time penalty speeding in the pit lane, but what a start from Harvey Lees, getting up about 4 positions.
It's definitely a Haas, because I saw him go side by side with somebody with no front end plate. Yeah. Look at Ferg then with a 1.2 second.
Jesus as well had a very bad start.
Oh dear, we've got the lobby glitch again, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a bit of a standard thing right now.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing and embarrassing, really. So Chris,
yeah, look at Ferg. He's cruising away of the rest of the field. So yeah, he's looking pretty good.
And Duval then staying in contact with Louis and James, trying to take back the position he lost. As James makes a mistake, that's allowing Duval to seize an opportunity, which he doesn't, because James corrects himself immediately so that Duval doesn't slip through. So James needs to stop making mistakes, because he will get Duval ahead of him.
Interesting as well is Louis let underfuel this car.
I think I'd do the same if it was the Liam getting out of shape coming down on turn 11, and he's got a visual Civi. Look at Irish New Potato.
What a drift. Look at Harvey Lees, he's gonna have a look as well. Civi gets past. Civi with an amazing start as well. Harvey Lees wants to get a look probably, but he's just waiting behind for now. As Liam actually trying to get back at him, but that doesn't work out. As Ferg, he seems to gain a lot of that time in the final sector, or Louis Lab made a mistake, but Ferg is so damn quick at the moment.
2 seconds on lap 3 is the gap between the top two, so he's rapid at the moment, more confident than the others in the rain. As Irish New Potato has got past. Liam.
Look at Liam. Side by side for turn 1. Look at Harvey Lees onboard to have a bit of a grandstand view. Irish New Potato doesn't leave Liam much space, and I think he's gonna stay ahead, and Liam just got overtaken by Civi, and now by Irish New Potato. And I think Harvey's gonna be the next one.
And Anemo stays ahead of AJ. AJ is right behind Anemo, and he covers the line for turn 6 ahead of AJ, who's trying to get past, using a lot of curb and losing the rear end slightly. On board with him.
Godly Noob, he's struggling as well. Look at Godly Noob, he's falling back like a rock. I guess he has a dry setup because he's not really looking comfortable.
Oh, original Civi almost went wide coming out of can't recall what corner it is, but anyways, we got a spin, and that's Beastie Boy. Another misery race for Beastie Boy, just like in Britain, and he's in the gravel face the wrong way around. As Harvey Lees has been overtaken. He's going to do a cutback. Look at side by
he's gonna
side.
get past. Probably he put on his overtake quite early. He's gonna have to struggle with traction. Oh wait, Liam made a mistake.
Yeah, Liam made a mistake. We've got
OS BC Boys already
side by side action between AJ and Inemo. AJ has finally got past the Ferrari man, and he moves himself up into 11th place. One place at the points. Godly Noob goes down the inside. Down the inside goes AJ on Inemo. He goes deep, does the Alfa Romeo. Liam fights back. AJ fights back on Inemo. They go side by side in the last corner. Alpha takes his place. Red Bull takes his place, but no, he goes wide. A contact is made between the two. He spins. He's in the wall, and he will be dropping down into last place. He has to do a full lap on a broken full wing.
Damage for Liam. It's still side by side AJ and Inemo somehow. But I think AJ is gonna have this one just because he has the inside line, and he indeed has. Now he has a pretty slow Liam ahead of him. Of course, with that wing damage, but what I wanted to say is Brady Pollock, he has made an amazing start.
Godly Noob.
P5. Yeah, Godly Noob is gonna be raging in that cockpit. Luckily, he doesn't have any damage, it seems.
No damage. How did you skip that one?
Well, Liam does have damage, so he's actually the one who's got more like. He's gonna have to pit.
He came off worse, you could say. Yeah, he came off worse.
Yeah. Oh, and there he goes. Liam is off the track, and he's just gonna get overtaken by 4 people. Oh my God, that's how it goes here.
There is a close battle between Original Civi and Irish New Potato for 6th place. Also behind them is Harvey Lees, who is sneaking up on both of them. And look at Original Civi, he fighted away, wrestled away with that car, trying to get out of the corner. As Nathan's overtaken Liam as expected with his front wing damage. Is he close enough to make an overtake? Yes, he is, but has he got the straight line speed too? How much ERS will he use? Will he drain it all? As we head down to the last corner, Irish New Potato, not last corner, penultimate corner, they both outbrake each other, coming down into penultimate corner. He squeezes him, they squeeze each other, and Original Civi still on the outside, trying to fight back. Bit of a tank slapper from Irish New Potato, the exit of the last corner. Oh, Original Civi pushes him off the track, but I think he had no choice because there's barely any space anyways on that last corner. And Original Civi takes his place in 6th.
There goes Liam into the pits.
Louis Ladd, James and Duwall are very close with each other.
Louis Ladd, to be fair, he's not really, it's still 3.0, it's actually 2.9. He's not really losing any time to work, but you can say it's pretty respectable for Louis Ladd, of course. So, I mean, Fergus is basically the fastest man. Well, at this track at least. So yeah, Louis Ladd is, I guess, keeping up pretty well.
I just want to point out Brady Pollock as well, because he started down in 9th place and he's up into 5th already. So good job from Brady Pollock.
Debut? Because I've never seen him.
Yeah, I think it is. He made his he made one appearance last season, I remember. I think it was the French Grand Prix, but I think he would drop down into tier 2. He's been there. He's been about, shall we say. It's been like a Nico Hulkenberg.
It's good to see him in tier 1 because he deserves it.
It's been a bit like a Nico Hulkenberg, just switching. But ironically, the racing point too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's how ironic is that. Harvey Lees though, he's not really making any
Irish New
progress.
Potato.
Yeah.
Sliding, look at that,
Oh my
sliding.
God, New Potato, you're doing F1, not Dirt Rally, mate.
Sliding like Tootsie.
Get it together.
So no impressions from James that he'll overtake Louis Ladd into the hairpin, so keep an eye on Harvey Lees. And let's see, no he won't. No.
Irish New Potato is burning all of his ERS. So it's not gonna take long for Harvey to get past, but this will cost Harvey time, of course. Which is gonna maybe cost him a bit, as New Potato just gets out of shape out of every corner he goes into.
He goes
And
off the
he goes
track
wide
as well.
and he loses the back end again. I mean, you might want to be a bit easier on the throttle, mate.
Here come. Oh, I thought Harvey Lees was trying to get past, but he's not. That's the problem.
No,
If you're a saver and if you're a
Release.
consumer,
Oh, bit of contact, bit of contact.
if you're a
Still going
consumer,
though, no damage, no damage.
that's the problem if you're a consumer because you save a lot of energy, but the other one's using a lot of it. That's why you can't get past. It's a bit like Double, as he did in the French
look
Grand
at
Prix.
Harvey, got a good exit. He's gonna have to go around the outside though. Is it gonna happen on Irish New Potato? He's gonna have to go. No, he's not going to go for switchback. Actually, he's gonna go.
Oh dear! Oh,
that's a bit harsh from New Potato, but that's totally legal, I guess you could say. I mean, pushing someone on the curb is legal. Didn't push him off the track.
Harvey Lees knows he's got the pace to get past him. He needs to be patient. He can't afford.
That was a very smart play from New Potato. I mean, pushing someone on the curb, I think is legal, and it's hard to, of course,
Look at that,
accelerate
look
on the
at
curb,
that.
but New Potato is gonna get all out of shape again, and now it's an easy move for Harvey Lees. And now Irish New Potato, oh, he did save up a bit of ERS, but he doesn't have enough to try to attack Harvey again, so it's over for him.
Ferg is loving this. Louis Ladd holding up the pack with James and Duval.
I mean, is he really holding it up? Because, I mean, James doesn't really seem to have the pace, I think, because he's using so much ERS to keep up. I think Duval's kind of stuck. I think it's just Ferg being unbelievably quick.
Here we go. We've got Indian Jesus up into 10th place, but Nemo tries to go around the outside.
But that ain't working. Indian G's had a bad start. He dropped down to P16 from, I mean, where did he start? Yeah, he started P6, dropped down to P16 and is now in P10 again. So he's making a pretty good comeback.
Mr. Stroud's also overtaking Panda for 15th place. The Dutchies up into 15th at the Williams driver.
A bit of a spin, of course.
Nathan's behind Stein's like.
Ooh, James, look at James down the inside of Louis Ladd in turn number 6. Louis Ladd, is he gonna get, yeah, he's gonna get pushed out onto the curb. And that's James past Louis Ladd.
It's a long time coming from James, and that was actually quite good for him to be aggressive, because he didn't want to be stuck behind the Alfa Romeo for much longer.
I mean, look at Louis Ladd's ERS, he's gonna get a straighter chance on the straight to get back at him.
Look at that, look at 100% ERS. Same with Duval, almost 100%. He's going to be absolutely swallowed on the straight if he stays in contact with him, which he should do. I don't think he should drop further back, because he's got the long straight coming up, and he can burn some of his ERS off to try and get past James. If he does exits like this, nah, can't afford to do exits like this.
James getting good exits, to be fair. Just doesn't have a lot of ERS, but maybe James can surprise us. Maybe catch up a little bit to Ferg, but Ferg has more ERS, so... I mean, catching up to Ferg will be pretty tough to do, because he's just in a league of his own, which I already said a few times.
So Brady
Ferg's gonna be untouchable today.
Brady Pollock's not really catching up to the second, third and fourth. He's actually been staying around the same gap, 3.0, 3.2 mark. He's actually brought it down to 2.9, but let's see.
Harvey Lees though. Look at Harvey Lees. He wants to probably have a look and pass Siffy. Of course, Harvey Lees has to do a little bit of a comeback drive of P13. I think he would have loved to be in the fight with Ferg at the moment, but I think he seems to be so good on the track at the moment. So yeah, unstoppable, Ferg is.
Look at Original. He opens up the door for Harvey Lees, but he goes through it. No, he won't. He'll try to, but
it's a tighter line, Harvey Lees.
I thought it was a mistake from Original.
Just straightening up the car more, which gives him a better exit. He's gonna go down the inside. See if he's gonna leave him the space. Is he gonna have the better traction? No, see if he won't have the better traction as he's accelerating on the curb. Now around the outside, should have this Harvey Lees as he has more speed, and indeed he is past.
Good
nice
move from Harvey Lees up into 6th place. He had to get that done, go down the inside where Original Civi might not expect him to do so, but he's up into 6th place now, and he's on the hunt for Brady Pollock. The gap is 3.6, so we'll keep that in mind. As
yeah, every position Harvey gains, it's better for the championship, of course. So
it's just
it's damage limitation for Harvey Lees, and yeah, he's doing a pretty good job at it.
If you can't extend the gap, you might as well reduce it as much as you can.
Yeah, exactly.
As Jocko said, damage limitation for him. Oh, Stein's like, be careful coming out of there, mate. Almost lost the car. He was close behind his teammate and he's dropped back a bit because of that little mistake he did. An Irish Dew Potato on the back of Original Civi, so he's looking to get past him too. But I don't think no overtake will happen between Stein's and the other Ferrari by Nemo fighting for the last points position. Duel on the charge to try and get past Louis lad.
Ooh, he's close behind.
He used a little bit of EOS to try and get closer and closer, but he needs to set himself up to get a good exit coming out of turn 3 and 4 to try and set himself up nicely to turn 6.
Ooh, James had a bit of an exit problem.
Yeah, I saw that. I was wondering what was going on, but he's got back in shape and he's still in second place. That's all that matters. And Irish New Potato is 2 attempts behind Original Civi. Would he try and make the same move Harvey Lee did? No, he doesn't. Too far back for make any move. It's got AJ behind him. AJ started down in 18th or 19th, and he's got himself 19? Up into 9th place. So he's doing a reasonable good job to try and maintain, well, try and get up there, shall I say, because he's gained about 10 positions already on lap 9. So he's doing a good job. He needs to keep this pace going. Where's Nathan? Down in 13th place. He's also gained some positions, but not as much as he would like.
Oh, Newt Potato is burning up his rear tires at the moment. Come on, Newt Potato. You're gonna have to do a few more laps on these guys. Come on.
Visual Savior looks like he's struggling coming out of some slow corners. Look at the rear, just slide it, look at that.
Yeah, he's accelerating on the curb, which is not a good thing to do. Well, Irish New Potato, you can say the same for him.
Yeah.
He's getting traction problems at every single corner. Every single lap.
Interestingly, James has not pulled away as I thought he would from Louis lap. Bear in mind the gap's only 1.2.
Wait, James is closing in? I swear the gap when this lap started was 5.5.
It's only 5.4, he's gained about 1/10.
Yeah, but that's still a gain on Ferg, remember?
But for Harvey Lee's, Original Civi, and Irish Dew Potato.
Where's the esports line?
AD&G's has almost hit the wall. He almost did Lewis Hamilton back in 2007.
Well,
but there's no gravel trap there this time.
Yeah, there's no gravel trap, so it doesn't matter.
Meanwhile, the battle for 80 plays between...
In lap 10, already 18 laps they're gonna have to do on those other inters, so... I guess it's 2-stop, I guess, because...
Commissioner versus... Oh, he's got wide. The Alpha's got wide. Will that allow Duel to get past? No, he won't take the advantage. But Liam is trying to fight his Alpha Tauri teammate trying to get past.
Of the pits. Wait, Harvey goes out of the pits and Panda lets him through straight away.
I think it's wise because he's on a brand new set of inters. You don't want to hold up the guy on new tyres behind you, considering he's your teammate.
Yeah, but it just looked pretty funny. He went out ahead for turn 1, and then for turn 2 he took the wider line. Yeah,
Panda's a wise man. He knows what he's doing.
I mean, he was a bit of a... He did a good role in Britain as well, so...
He played a good part for... Oh, Spinner! That is a Mercedes now! Oh, good job Ghosted was on because...
James! No, that's James! Not James! Come on.
The good job Ghosted was on because Louis Lad would have smashed into the side of him. And
now Louis Lad brake for Duo, probably a legal overtake. So Duo now into P2, and the gap now to Ferg is 9.
Irish Dew Potatoes crashed. He just came out of the pits. Where is he?
Will it be a safety car?
Yes, it is. It's a VSC.
Safety car. And oh my God, Ferg just went past the pit lane.
Oh, Ferg's gonna be in big trouble.
And these guys are gonna have a shortened pit stop because of the delta, of course. And Louis Lad didn't came in. What is this?
Oh, Racing Point almost hit a walk coming into the pit lane, so did Duo.
Is that the esports line? I don't think that's the esports line.
I don't think that's the esports line.
I don't think that's the esports.
Because if it was the esports line, I'd try it and crash into...
And it's green flag again, green flag. Duo is still in the pit lane. Gonna come out of his box now, so he's gained a little bit of time. I'd say 5 seconds maybe.
Nathan Booth and Origin Gamma up into 3rd and 4th. Duval's in 5th place, so the gap between them, the leader, is 30 seconds, so he's not going to get past Ferg despite that little virtual safety car.
No, of course not. What you expect? I mean, the virtual safety car had to be fully enabled to gain the maximum, and it was like, nah, it wasn't enough. But still a pretty good strategy. Of course, you're gonna gain a bit of time out of it. Harvey Lee's actually, I think Harvey Lee's, he's ahead of Harvey is ahead of James. Yeah.
James
Yeah.
had a spin coming out that right-handers.
Yeah.
So he's gained 1 place theoretically from James. Okay,
Yeah, so that's technically P5 now.
P5, yeah, you could say so.
Yeah,
Louis
P5.
Ladd has to pit. If he doesn't pit, he's going to lose a lot of time to Harvey Lee's.
I think he wants to stretch it to lap 14, so he's gonna have fresh tires at the end of the race. It's of course not a weird strategy.
Crucial move from James to get past Chris Panda, especially the slow corners, because you don't want to hold him up too much. So James actually got past him in one of the slow corners as Nathan tried to break the
Comeback
slipstream.
time for James. Did AJ pit?
Yeah, no.
He did.
Yeah, he did. He did. He's in 10th place. Yeah, he has.
So
He's-
AJ. Oh, Ferg pits. Ferg pits. Ferg pits. Where is he gonna come out? Is he gonna come out behind? I don't think he's gonna come out behind Nathan. I mean that would be pretty bad for Ferg, but no, he's gonna come out. I reckon, yeah, he's gonna come out ahead. Just ahead. So Ferg pulled it off very nicely because he's just come out ahead. Clean air. Very nice. Wait, look at the gap from Duel though to Ferg.
Because of that virtual safety car, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's.
Oh, we got a
pretty-
crash! He's crashed in the wall, and
Oh,
he's
no,
not out.
Steinschlag.
He went on the curb, accelerated, and smashed into the wall like a Giovinazzi did in 2017.
Oh yeah. Well, he's still going, I guess, but I don't think there will be any points for Steinschlag today. Unfortunately.
So, Duel's pitted. He needs to clear Origin Gamma to get past him
Yeah.
and Nathan,
But
so
you can
Brady
already
Pollard
see
doesn't
Ferg
gain.
just driving off the horizon.
He needs to get past them both as quick as possible because he didn't want to hold him up, but to try and pursue Ferg and pull away from Brady Pollock as well, and Harvey Lees, who's on the back of Mr. Stroud's. He's going to be vulnerable as Stroud's because Mr. Stroud's because he's on all the tyres.
Yeah.
Indian G's got past Panda, and that is for 13th place. So he's,
Well,
yeah, my eyesight is so bad. Oh my god! Look at Harvey Lees then, overtaking Mr. Stroud on the cutback. He's done it.
ooh, Harvey
He's done it
Lees.
before the straight because Mr.
Oh,
Stroud's
look at
5
Duel.
back.
He's past Gamma. So now the target is Nathan. Is it drying up a little bit? Because when I look on board on Duel, you can see the grooves the intermediate has, and that basically means there's well, I think that means there's a bit of an indication that it is starting to dry up maybe a
think-
little bit. As Louis Ladd pits now.
Is that Panda going slow on the straight? Yes, it is. He's got a puncher. Panda's got a puncher.
Puncture.
He stayed out there for too long.
Those tires.
Who's not pitted? Origin Gamma needs to pit because if he's got a puncher, he might get one too.
Yeah, but I know because I did a race as well on the Inters as Louis Ladd just comes out ahead of Strauss. Luckily for him.
Jocke, do you remember that Belgian race in one of the leagues and quite a few
Kelvin.
yeah.
Kelvin did 17 laps, which is well basically 75% of the race.
Oh. Some drivers got punchers, didn't they?
Yeah, only Kelvin. Oh no.
And Duel's got past Nathan crucially for
Oh
his.
my god, look at James! What a move on Strauss.
Mr. Stroud's
is
down
low.
11th place. Mr. Stroud needs to pit. I don't think there's no point of staying out anymore because his tyres are
Yeah.
degrading and he'll get a puncher if you don't be careful. So applies to
That's
Origin
fair.
Gamma. No, Origin Gamma and Nathan, they need to pit because they've seen Panda's got a puncher that could have the same effect on them. I don't know, what are they waiting for? What are they waiting for?
What I wanted to say is, I of course had experience as well, because I did, last Tuesday I did a race in the same conditions, also intermediates. And it was pretty easy to do 14 laps if you were just alright on your tires, you know.
James and AJ are fighting quite at the long right-hander, but Brady Pollock has got past Origin Gamma for
And he's gonna go past
4th
Nathan
place.
as well, I think. And
2
that's
for
gonna
1.
give Brady Pollock the podium position at the moment. That's amazing.
It'd be nice to see him on the podium.
Yeah. He got past, yeah.
Well done, mate. Well,
Amazing.
good job, mate. Well done. As look at
That's
that, AJ.
amazing.
Oh, he's lost part of his front wing. AJ just squeezed and
no,
squeezed.
James as well.
They're both side by side, and they were both went right together.
James lost a bit of his front wing. I think he's gonna have to pit. Yeah.
No, he doesn't pit.
But I think he will pit the next lap probably. I think I saw Strauss as he went to the pits. Nathan and Gamma both
What's going on?
went in as
Where's the
well.
action? Where's the action? And AJ's got past James. James will be furious for that one.
Yeah, was it AJ's fault? I wasn't looking.
Basically, he just went. They were both right down the straight, and AJ went a bit too right, and
No.
took off James's front wing. But I don't want to assume that because I only saw AJ's perspective. I don't know what James was doing either, so I'll just class it as a racing incident, and we'll find out towards the end of the race.
As commentators, we can't really say anything about incidents. We'll leave that up to the stewards if James reports it.
Stein's lag again.
He's having a disastrous race. Gonna get lapped probably.
I think there's a fight for the last podium place between Brady and Harvey.
Oh my, Harvey Lees, what a comeback, let's be honest. Louis Lett obviously lost a few places actually.
On his debut in Div 1, I really hope Brady Pollock gets a good result. If he doesn't get a podium, P4, P5, but he deserves a podium. And he just needs to stay ahead of Harvey Lees if he can and reduce the penalties. So let's see what let's see what Brady could do.
You did that on purpose, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. The gap is 2.5, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Even though it's raining, normally it disappoints in the rain. This league doesn't disappoint. You guys should subscribe. As James goes in a bit deep, I think James gonna pit. He lost 2 seconds on AJ this lap alone. Duel fastest lap, so that means he's faster than Ferg. Boys, we got a battle on our hands. I mean, he does have to gain 5 seconds as James pit, as I already expected.
Origin Gamma
really
on the Origin Gamma on the back of Nathan, so we'll keep an eye on that battle too. I think it's the only battle that's going on chat between these two.
Ooh, Nathan a bit wide. I think there's gonna be a warning. Doesn't have much ERS left, maybe. No, he does. The light is flashing, of course, because of the rain. Got that. But this is actually the fight for the last point position, so it is for something. Godly Noob, fastest lap. Was he's in P15. That just shows the pace he has, but just unfortunate race for him. Hope to see more of Godly Noob in the future. He looks very good.
So what I saw, the gap was 4.6 between Duel and Ferg. The gap is 4.8, so he's losing just a bit, or he's gaining back slightly. So we'll keep an eye on that gap. I think Duel's actually losing time to Ferg. Ferg's just a league of his own. He's had no troubles from the word go.
Duel is keeping the gap at around about 5 seconds, but I mean it's around about 5 seconds, so it won't be enough. Yeah, as easy as that. It looks like Duel is running much less wings, because he gained like 4 times on the straight.
I can confirm that Harvey Lees is gaining slowly but surely on Brady Pollock, so Brady needs to keep an eye on that and try and respond back. AJ is gaining on Original Civvy. They're battling for 6th place, so keep an eye on that too. And where's James? Down in 13th place. Oh, James, 50th. James, man. If he didn't spin, where could he have been?
P7, P6, something like that.
I think he could have been higher because he was fighting for the podiums, but that's a shame.
Yeah, well, probably if he didn't like actually spin, he would have been P2. So unfortunate for James, but he looks pretty good as well. Hope to see more of him in the future.
Talk about him, he's fighting Godly Numb for 14th place. Well, so he's got a few battles going on outside the points
Liam
there.
is pitting. Where's Liam pitting?
9 laps on those tyres from Liam.
Is he changing his front wing?
I mentioned AJ gained on Original Civvy, he won't bother with him now. He's the gaps between 7/10 between the pair of them, so let's see if a battle will go down soon. But Harvey Lee's 1.2 seconds behind Brady Pollock. And Brady Pollock needs to keep it out of his wing mirrors to see where Harvey Lee's is. Brady needs to respond. Brady needs to respond back to Harvey Lee's and try and keep the podium. This is now or never for Brady Pollock if he wants to secure a podium on his debut.
It's gonna be pretty hard, isn't it? For about 10 laps to defend.
Keep it nice and tidy in the corners and flat out of the straight. No more pit stops are involved, so this is a battle towards the end of the race between Brady and Harvey Lees. The gap's got up to 1 second again, and AJ still behind Original Civvy like he's done for the past few laps.
Wait, Jamie, I just want to point out, look at Brady's ERS.
Brady's ERS.
And look at Harvey's ERS.
Oh dear. Right, needs to save some of that then, because Harvey.
If he wants to defend, he's gonna have to save now and right now, because otherwise he's not gonna be able to defend. Maybe for 2 laps he can defend, but that's basically.
So gap's gone up to 1.5. So Brady's pulled a bit of time back on Harvey Lee's.
I think Harvey knows where he's strong, which is in the second sector, and he's just saving up his ERS for now, and he's gonna gain all that time back. I think Harvey's playing a bit of the long game. He doesn't really wanna.
Ooh.
If Harvey can get a podium as a result today, will be amazing for him.
So, I believe that if he gets a podium, Harvey in 3rd place, Ferg will take the championship lead.
3 points behind Ferg. Yeah. 3 points behind Ferg.
Unless he sets the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, but that's
so
true.
Chris Panda has got past Krishna, up into 16th place he goes, but gets a bit of a tank slap at the exit. So will Krishna try and fight back on Panda? You try to. You've got more speed than him coming down the straight. As we go down into turn 1, then they go side by side. Where is he? He actually overtaken him before the corner, I think. So Krishna has got to pass back Panda, and up into 16th he goes. Oh, Liam, be careful there on the exit, mate. As Steinslag has got a penalty.
He already has a 5 seconds.
Oh, Harvey Lees is 6/10 behind Brady Pollock.
Getting close now.
Yep, I hope Brady Pollock doesn't.
He's gaining a lot of time at the end of sector 2 and the start of sector 3. I see.
So Brady needs to pull out a gap on sector 1 then to try and reduce the pain he's going through.
But now you can see Harvey using ERS, so I think it won't be long till Brady is gonna get eaten up.
If he does finish P4, he's got not to be disheartened, because he's fighting the championship leader safety car.
Safety car.
And that's due to Liam's crash. And where did Liam crash? Oh, Valtteri Bottas spun there in 2017, but the other side of the track. Stroll crashed there once, I believe, in 2017.
But this will change up everything. Nathan and Gammon goes into the pits just to take a set of fresh intermediates.
Another page has been written in the book.
Noob does the same. James doesn't. Yeah, well, that doesn't really matter. But this is not what Ferg was waiting for. Unbelievable. So this is gonna be interesting. Will Duel, because Duel, I saw him close in a little bit. I don't know if you saw that, but he was closing in a little bit on Ferg.
This is gonna be absolutely thrilling towards the end, isn't it, Yoga?
Yes. Oh, Stein's leg drive through. I thought for a moment it was Ferg just because of the CGM.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Louis lads, no, Louis.
How are they speeding, mate? How are they speeding? What are they doing?
They're just going too fast.
Oh, Louis, come on, man.
Fast.
Come on, Louis. Oh, I don't think the top 3 should pit. I don't think they need to pit, do they?
No, I think track position is way too important in the range.
But this gives Brady Pollock an opportunity to save his ERS.
Yeah, I think Brady. I don't know, man. I don't know how this is gonna plan out, because I think Duel is Ferg pits. Duel can take track position. He doesn't go for the. Brady can take the lead. I reckon it will be smart for Brady to take the lead. He's on pretty okay intermediates. So.
What will he do? What will he do? He's coming in.
Harvey, oh, this is hurting my eyes, to be honest.
So Brady needs to make sure.
Track position in the rain, which is so important.
Right. Brady Pollock needs a good pit stop to try and get ahead of Harvey. Doesn't want to lose any time. No faffing about in the pits. Change tyres and get out there straight away.
Everybody's pitting.
Oh, go! Get out! Yep, secure the bag, and he's up into 3rd place.
Yes. So everybody's keeping position, I think.
So this will be a simple, straight fight towards the end. Everybody's on the same tyres, the same major tyres. This is going to be a straight fight towards the end.
Yes. Let's see how it will plan out. Of course, it's quite hard to overtake in the rain, so yeah, we'll see how.
Brady needs a good restart to maintain his position and use some of the ERS down the straight to protect himself from Harvey. James just stood
Ferguson's
still on the
gonna have to
track.
show a masterclass, even though he's probably the fastest out of everyone. It's not done yet.
I can't wait. Has Duval got anything left in the bag to try and take on Ferg?
I mean, Duel he's the patient guy, you know. I think Duel might be able to do that. Although there is a Steinschlag in the middle.
I really wish that Ferrari gets out of the way.
Yeah. I believe you can overtake if you're a lap car, but
I really wish he gets out of the way because I don't want him to spoil the fun between anyone.
yeah. I mean, Steinschlag and Ferg have the same tag in front of their name, so
Yeah, that's cool.
Maybe a little bit of tactics. No, never mind. I don't think that's cool. Alright, the safety car I think will be out for one more lap. So yeah, just one more lap. And Steinschlag retires into the pits to not hurt anybody's race. So, yeah, that's very respectful from him. Very respectful.
Shame. I thought he could have overtaken the safety car and catch back up to the pack and have a reset, but
I don't know. But he chose not to retire. Why did he leave? At least watch the stream. It's gonna be an amazing fight till the end.
oh, at least Durwell has nothing to worry about between a back marker in front of him, so he's gonna have a plain
Are there
simple
any
fight.
other back markers? No, everybody's on the lead lap, so yeah. It's gonna be a straight sprint till the end, and there's chances for everybody.
Durwell knows he's got a chance of winning this race. Brady Pollock, racing .13. This could be a good result for them as well.
Yeah, I mean Brady is. If this is his actual debut in Tier 1, I really hope he does well. Yeah.
I think he's a reserve driver. I don't know.
Yeah, because who is normally in that racing point?
I actually can't remember, to be honest with you. It's not DC. It's not DC because he's a Williams driver.
Is he?
Well, he was a Williams driver. I don't know where he is.
He was. I think. Isn't. Confused. Isn't DCA AlphaTauri driver?
I don't know actually, mate. To be honest with
I think
you.
Liam is a reserve as well. I don't believe DC. I think DC is an AlphaTauri driver. I don't know. I just don't know. Sorry, DC. I don't know. But we miss you. Please come back.
Gingy was a Racing Point driver.
Yeah, Gingy, and I'm pretty sure DC was an AlphaTauri. I'm pretty sure. Oh, the safety car better get in, by the way. I don't want to watch the safety car go around another lap. But I think that will happen. Fortunately.
If he is a reserve driver, can Brady Pollock get a podium on his
on his debut?
On his debut.
Safety car's coming around for another lap, so yeah. Gonna have to wait another one.
Who is going to win this race then, Yoka? Will it be Ferg, Duwell, Brady or Harvey?
I reckon Ferg will keep this one. But this is an important page for Harvey Lees because he can... I mean, Harvey Lees has to take this opportunity to maybe close in the points deficit. I mean, it's been a great race from Harvey considering he started 13th. So yeah, done pretty well up till now. Remember, by the way, Louis Lett still has that drive-through, so...
Oh dear, oh yeah, that's true as well. But if Harvey does end up finishing second, they will be tied on points, Ferg and Harvey, so...
Yeah.
Yep.
But I don't think that will happen. I think Duval's gonna have a real shot at it. I mean, Dougal, he's champion, right? From last season.
Yep, he is.
I mean, he wants some revenge after a bad race in
I
Silverstone.
think he like
to be honest,
won nearly 10 races in that last season. Do well.
Yeah, he was a dominant force, but it seems like Ferg and RV really stepped up their game this season and probably have the upper hand on Dougal this time. But I mean, Dougal, if he can finish second place, that will be another consistent finish, but it won't be consistent enough if Ferg keeps finishing first and second with Harvey.
Ferg has surprised me a lot in this game. 2019, he was a good fast driver, but 2020, he's up his game and he's very quick. One of the quickest on this grid, I dare say, along with Harvey and Duo.
Yeah, I think the top three on this grid is definitely Ferg, Will and Harvey.
He's actually surprised me how much pace he's actually got, because in 2019 he used to be a midfield driver on the top 10, but look at him now, he's a race winner and could be championship material.
Yeah. Look at him now. Well, he is. Yeah, he's definitely championship material.
Everybody starts somewhere. Start at the bottom, and you make your way to the top.
Everybody starts with 0.
You could do it too.
Yeah. If you have the dedication, and most importantly on this game, the time, because you're gonna have to spend a lot of time into the game if you want to get good. As Ferg is just trying to heat up the tires as much as he possibly can, waiting till the safety car comes in. The safety car is now in, so now he can go whenever he wants. He's not decided to go yet, but he has now. I think yes, he has now. And he's pulled out a little gap to Duel. Yeah, about 8 tenths, 9 tenths. Oh, gets a bit out of shape on the exit actually, which is gonna cost him a little bit of time as Louis Let's gets a penalty, but he still needs to serve his driver as well. So it's going to be race over for Louis.
Harvey Lees went wide coming out the last corner, so he did lose a bit of time to himself and Brady Pollock. Brady Pollock behind Duval.
Oh, Louis Godley noob for P14.
Oh, was that contact? No, it wasn't. And look at James, his Mercedes teammate, going side by side. It's turn 3. Coming out of turn 3.
Around the outside won't happen for him there. All we can do, losing a bit of sides of Ferg. He has to keep the gap close if he wants a chance at this one, but it looks like Ferg is just too quick at this track. He's so good. He's so good. Wet and dry. He's the quickest out of absolutely everyone.
His heartbeat must be going Brady Pollock, knowing he could get a podium, but he's got a fast driver behind him. What did he do?
Well, he got fast drivers around him. I mean, I think the top 3 in the championship he has around him. So yeah.
I really hope he doesn't bottle towards the end of the race. Just keep it nice and cool.
Yeah, but look at Harvey. He's all over him already. I think it's gonna be over on the straight actually. Look at the exit.
Oh, Harvey! Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Harvey doesn't really have much ERS to use this lap, so he might wants to turn it off so he has something for the back straight, or actually the main straight. Turns it off now. He goes around the outside, brakes later. Can he keep it around the outside? Is the Racing Point gonna give him the space? He does, and that's gonna cost him because Harvey can go around the outside, doesn't have any ERS.
Oh, he's coming back! He's coming back, no, Brady Pollock around the outside.
And look at Louis Lad. He's gonna get into the action as well, which is gonna be annoying for Harvey, knowing he has to drive through.
I know what happened. He lost his ERS before the last corner, and Brady still had some, so he outpowered him to the last corner. That's how we got ahead of him in the last corner.
That cost Harvey almost the complete race and probably 12 points. So yeah. Harvey's probably lucky. He's still alive. Louis had a bit of contact. Look at Siffy now.
Oh no! Oh no! Harvey! Oh.
Harvey's off.
Safety car has been deployed.
Safety car again. Harvey's off. That's so
Harvey. Both Williams are down in last place. Oh, it's painful to watch. And he has got full wind damage too. He's lost all of it, and that's painful to watch. Absolutely painful. Oh dear. I really hope things get better for him in the next race. Just forget this race. Move on to the next one. Don't think about the championship. Focus.
Rubbing his hands probably out of excitement.
Do a Lewis Hamilton. Just focus on one race at a time and not the championship.
Yeah.
Ferg though, on the other hand, is absolutely.
Yeah, he's very happy probably right now.
It's absolutely delightful that he's seen Harvey Lees down in last place. Might not be too happy because he's got good respect and he's got good respect. We've got good respect and sportsmanship, so he will mourn for Harvey Lees. I know for sure. But another safety car being deployed towards the latter stages of this race. More action will happen. Who will take the podium? I think Ferg's got this in the bag, but who will take second, third and fourth? Louis Ladd has got a drive through. He can't serve it, can he?
He can't right now.
That's going to be an absolute painful and disastrous. There's a Red Bull in the pits, and that Mr. Stroud? No, it's not. That's a McLaren, sorry. I thought a Red Bull dived into the pits.
Gamma. Strauss, he's in P8. Go on, Strauss, go on. Might be able to defend those positions. He's gonna get some points at least. Yeah.
Could we see Brady Pollock on the podium with his teammate Ferg? Ferg will most likely win this race, but
yeah.
I think
I'll check warnings, and I know nobody will. Oh no, Indian Jesus left. I'll send him an invite just to be sure. I don't really want him to, of course, not be able to race.
Come on, Brady, let's try and get our first podium, shall we, mate? Let's do it. I know you've got it in you. You've proved it today. You've got the pace.
I'll check warnings real quick. Ferg has 1 warning, so he's safe. Duel has 1 or 0 actually. Sorry. Brady has 1. Louis Ladd has, well, he has 2 penalties. Civi has a penalty. Civi has a penalty. It's gonna be unfortunate for him. AJ has 0 warnings. Indian Jesus has a penalty plus 1 warning. Strauss has 2 warnings, which he got on the first lap. Nemo has 2 warnings plus a 5-second time penalty, but I don't know if he served it already. James has 1 warning. Nathan has 0 warnings. Krishna has 2 warnings. Godly Noob 2 warnings. Panda 1 warning, and Gamma 0, and RV Lease 0.
Oh, Louis Ladd has popped off into the pits. You can't serve a drive-through penalty if that's what he's thinking.
Mate. Oh, he doesn't probably know that. Well, he knows it now. Can't do that, mate. I wish you could.
It's not really a penalty, if it is it, under a safety car, if you serve it like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a penalty then.
Chris Panda is also in the pits.
It's
Mr. Stroud.
I guess that's another position for Harvey. Can Harvey still get to the points, maybe? I don't know.
If he's clean and can overtake those guys ahead of him, yes.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna have to cut through the field then. I mean, if Harvey can get 2 points, it will be nice for him. I mean, those 2 points can be crucial at the end of the season.
There were some good points offered to Louis Ladd until he got that drive-through penalty, so he'll be fuming with himself for getting that drive-through penalty, knowing he could have avoided it.
In P7. Oh boy.
Mr. Stroud on half the tyres.
Jesus joined back. Nice. Hopefully he can get in his car in time.
Mr. Stroud over the half-age tyres of everybody else, except James is on roughly the same tyres as him.
I mean, there's probably like 5 laps of safety car in there, so. Let's be honest, Strauss, his tyres are not too bad.
I reckon Racing Point will take the championship lead, the constructors.
Yeah, I mean, this field with the constructors, it's pretty spread out between like the best in the constructor and the worst in the constructor, if you know what I mean. And if Racing Point can get a 1-3, that's gonna be very helpful.
Oh, Nebo's got a 5-second time penalty for collision with Mr. Stroud.
Strauss will get 1 as well, because normally you both get 1.
You probably hit the back of him, he got caught out.
Strauss got 1 as well. Strauss got 1 as well.
So there'll be 3 laps left of racing towards the end of this race. We end lap 25 onto a brand new lap with no safety car, so there'll be 3 laps left of racing, and let's see who will win this race or take the podium. Original Civvy up to 4th place. We don't really spoke much about him, but he's kept it clean, hadn't he?
Yeah, but he does have a penalty, so he's gonna...
AJ from 19th place on the grid up into 5th.
Pretty impressive, isn't it? Where's we're gonna go now? Safety car isn't in yet, so he's gonna have to wait. He can go right now because the safety car is in the pit box, and he goes right now just before the final corner.
Come on, Brady, keep it nice and clean, mate. Come on.
Seems to be, and again, lost the car a little bit, but it's still fine. Brady still seems to be ahead of Civi because he got a better exit. Oh my god, look at the Alfa Romeo in the background got onto the grass. I think that's Gottlieb new.
That's unfair. That's unfair. That is unfair.
That's
Nathan
unfair.
has overtaken James. Side by side to turn 1, he's got ahead of him, and he's up into 9th place. So both Mercedes fighters. Harvey Elise goes down the inside of the McLaren driver, Origin Gamma.
P12 already. Oh no, there's still McLaren there. I didn't even see the McLaren because I was on board with Harvey. He's gonna have to go around yet to the McLaren onto the grass on the inside.
James goes down the inside of Nathan.
Oh, the 2 Mercedes guys are battling it out like crazy. Is this gonna give Harvey a chance on Chris now behind? We'll see if it does.
Come on, Brady, you can do this, mate.
Brady, we all believe in Brady. Come on, man.
There's a train right behind Brady. He's got Original Civvy and AJ behind them both.
And Jesus is back in his car, luckily, so he can resume the race as well. Brady losing the gap to Duwheel as
Chris
we have a
Pad the
spinner.
spun.
That's Panda. Out for a second, I thought it was Harvey. Luckily, it's not. Oh, look at Strauss. Look at Strauss. He's holding up Nemo, and he was gone off the track.
Look at Original Civvy. He's gonna get past Brady Pollock. They go side by side.
Brady. Civvy around the outside. Look at AJ. We can have a grandstand view here. Brady on the inside.
There's spins.
Contact,
Hit
no.
contact.
Contact. He still keeps it straight. Luckily, because Civvy has a penalty, so he doesn't really need to be ahead.
Mr.
of Civvy.
Strauss, he's almost got past James, but he also did the same thing.
Oh my god.
But a little
Brady is still going, but he now is under pressure of AJ as well. He's defending for AJ. Can he keep this one ahead? Yes, he can.
Oh, I thought he would get a podium, but he's... Oh.
Yeah, but Civvy has a penalty. Civvy has a penalty.
Yeah, but if AJ gets past him, that means AJ will get the podium. But AJ started last place.
I think AJ has a penalty as well.
So Brady needs to keep his cool. There's 2 laps to go. I don't think Original Civvy will pull out a 3-second gap on Brady.
I think Brady can still have this podium. It's not over yet.
If he knows he's got a penalty, it will ease him a bit.
I'll check right now. Civvy has one penalty. AJ has no penalty. Okay, no penalty for AJ.
Oh, where you going, mate? That's the grass, mate. Back on the circuit you go.
It's not a dog you're talking to. Oh my god. So Brady and AJ is basically the battle for the podium, as long as they can keep it within 3 seconds of Civvy.
You can't afford to use ERS on this part of the track, Brady. You need to be smart about using the ERS. There was no need to use it there.
He's 50%, which will be enough for now, but next lap he might be in trouble as AJ is 100% basically, so Brady has to get a good exit, use a lot of his ERS now, which he does.
Harvey Elise has got past Krishna.
He can still get 1 point, Harvey Elise.
You could spoil Nathan's day, but they could both destroy Mr. Strauss's day because Strauss is under
Brady
pressure.
a bit wide into the hairpin, a bit wide. AJ's alongside, but Brady's gonna have a better exit because
those
he
two,
wider.
Mr. Yoka, those two can't afford to scrap because Original Civvy will just pull away and produce that 3-second gap.
Yet. Oh, but look at AJ. He has a good run now. Is it gonna be over for Brady? They're gonna have to go side by side into T1.
Those two spin out.
Just push him out. Oh, is it gonna be enough for AJ? It just won't be enough for AJ. Brady stays ahead, but he has to keep an eye to the gap to Civvy. It's 1.5 now. If they battle way too much, it might cost them at the end of the race, and Civvy might get away with the podium.
1.6 is the gap between Brady and Original Civvy. He needs to focus now on trying to stay in that gap. He can't. AJ as well.
Harvey Elise with Nathan. Oh my god, Nathan just pushed him out a little bit, so Harvey is still behind Nathan. trying to get that singular point. Woohoo!
One point is better than none.
Race. Yeah,
It's the last lap as well. I didn't even know it was the last lap.
Yeah, I know. I knew it was the last. So Brady, well, it's one straight to go. He doesn't have as much ERS as AJ does, so I think
He just needs to use all of it down the straight then.
oh, it's gonna be so tight, and I have a bad feeling about this for Brady. Oh, AJ does get a bit of loose. AJ gets loose. That might save Brady's podium.
It is going to save it. He hasn't got enough overspeed to try and overtake him. Indian Jesus needs to watch out for.
Brady's out of ERS. He's out of overtake, but it won't be enough for AJ. But we have to look at Ferg right now because he's gonna come through the final corner as we have Golly Noob spinning off. Ferg wins this race. I think he led every single lap. I think he did. So Duel P2, Sibby P3, but
he's on the podium. He is on the podium. Bailey Pollock has got his first podium in Div 1. He's absolutely amazing. Well done, mate. Harvey Lee's up in the 9th place as our Nemo drops. Can you invite those three to the party, please, Yogurt? Put me in a group.
Sure. I'll do that right now. So who's the podium?
Ferg, Duel and Brady Pollock. Fantastic stuff from Brady Pollock to maintain his cool under pressure from the guys around him. He had Harvey Lees, he had who was it? AJ. AJ's the driver of the day. I think I would agree, to be honest. AJ would be my driver of the day. Started in last, finished in 4th. So the Racing Point 1-3.
You go on, I'm typing in the names.
Fantastic from the top 3 then. Brady Pollock wins. No, Ferg wins ahead of Duel. Brady Pollock, fantastic finish, mate. Well done. Keep his cool under pressure from the guys behind him, such as Harvey Lees, Original Civvy, and AJ. James will finish in 6th place. Unlucky to Original Civvy, he had that 3-second time penalty. Indian Jesus finishes in 7th place ahead of Nathan Booth. Harvey Lees down in 9th ahead of Krishna. Strauss in 11th at Origin Gamma, Nemo, Chris Panda. Gordon Num we saw spin out on the straight in 15th. Steins like downwards has retired. We didn't see much of Beastie Boy either.
How do you spell like Duel's name? Is it like an underscore or like
Duel? No, it's a hyphen. Duel hyphen well. Capital letter for W.
I don't know. I don't know if it's this one, but I think it is. And Brady what? Brady what?
Pollock. P-O-L-L-L-O-C-K 037.
Let's see, I think I did it right.
So we've got one podium driver in the interview, which is Brady Pollock. We'll wait for the other two to head into the party. We've got Ferg joining us, and just wait for the Frenchman of Duel.
Well, I'm gonna go already.
Yeah, thanks for commentating. See you in a bit, Yogurt.
Peace, Yogurt.
Right, so the podium drivers are here in the interviews. We'll start off with Brady upwards. So Brady Pollock, did you expect a podium today, mate?
No, I was just happy with the top 10 coming into this.
Wow, that's my boy.
Yeah, but
You started in P9, didn't you, or P8, was it?
P9, yeah, P9.
You kept out of all the trouble and you made your way up into 3rd place. I did see you in early parts of the race in 5th after a few drivers had some collisions with each other, but you maintained your cool. And when you were up into P3 overtaking those guys on older tyres, did you think, oh, P3, 2 guys behind
yeah,
me on
I saw
older
the
tyres?
2 guys in 3rd and 4th, I think they came to contact. And I saw that and I was like, okay, podium am allowed, don't stop this up, don't stop this up. It was
Harvey Lees, you could see the gap going down between you two before the safety car. Were you a bit nervous with him closing you down?
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, he's gonna get me, he's gonna get me. And then another safety car came up because he got crashed, so unlucky for him, but these things happen.
When you're under the safety car, what were you thinking?
I was like, okay, I better not get a 5-second time penalty if somebody goes into the back of me. That's all I was thinking. I was like, please no one go into the back of me.
Did you know that original Civi had a 3-second time penalty?
I think I did. Yeah, I did. So I was like, okay, if I can keep in the 3 seconds, then I've got it.
It was, were
But
you
I nearly, on the last corner of the last lap, I nearly actually spun.
Oh.
So
I bet you were so nervous with AJ as well because he was right behind you. You knew you had to stay ahead of him for a podium.
Yeah, we were coming on to the final lap, turn 1. I was like, no, go away, go away, go away. So, but then I think he had a bad run through on the straight. So
with the lack of EOS to use on the straight, were you a bit nervous that AJ was going to overtake you down there?
not really, because last lap I think I was saving up a little bit because I got up to 30% and then I just deployed it all on the last straight.
What are you? Are you a reserve driver or are you a full-time driver now?
Reserve. I can't race because I've got school.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
But being a reserve driver, you did a good job to finish in P3. Very impressed with you. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Nico Hulkenberg style.
Yeah.
In the racing point. Yeah. So congrats to P3. Moving on to you, mate. P2 was all you could secure today, mate. There was not much more in it because Ferg was just flying. Explain us to your race.
Well, it was just a race trying to follow Ferg. That's it.
Those two ahead of you, were you? Did you know you had quicker pace than the two ahead of you before they made their mistakes?
Yeah, I knew I was faster than them, but it was so tricky to just approach them without taking any risk. So I'm glad they made a mistake together.
I remember one spun. Sorry, you continue.
No, go ahead.
Were you a bit nervous when one of them spun and the other one nearly went off the track?
Yeah, I was just praying to not touch any of them.
As P2 was all you could hope for today, what it do well?
It's like last week. It's perfect damage limitation. Sorry.
Yeah.
I can do better, so I'm happy with that.
Congratulations to P2, mate. I hope you can get up to P1, P3, P2, P1. Could that be the case, too, Will?
Let's go.
the meme lord.
Yeah.
It's nice to speak to you again, Will.
Thank you.
Right, moving on to the race winner, Ferg. I can't say anything. You're just dominant throughout the whole race, mate. Absolutely fantastic. Talk us through your race.
Well, it was interesting from qualifying because obviously we knew it was raining in the race, so it was whatever the strategy was key. It was really important, and I know this game likes to tell you or like give you the graphic that it's gonna rain hard in the race.
Yeah.
But you know, I feel like it's always a little bit drier than it normally is. So I went with a reasonably dry setup with only a little bit changing on the wings, and obviously it paid off. I had some crazy pace. I was not expecting it whatsoever. Obviously qualifying was good, and then I thought, oh god, I might be a little bit too dry for the race.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously started well, pulled that nice gap. Tyres were a bit of an issue, to be honest, but the safety car kind of saved me on that, and yeah, managed to pull a gap each time. It was nice.
Ferg, I know this don't mean a lot to you in the second race, but you are now the championship leader. Do you feel more confident going to the next races?
100%. I mean, Canada next week, I'm shockingly bad at, and I validate all the time. So I'm happy that I've got a good amount of points.
Yeah.
So like Will said, to hopefully damage limitation on next week. But yeah, no, very happy with pole, the fastest lap and the win. Yeah, can't ask for more really, can you?
Ferg, mate, you are turning into an outstanding driver. You've impressed me a lot this season. So many surprises from you, and winning races, coming in second in the last race, and now winning this race. What are you expecting from this season? To do the same thing in the top 3 throughout the next races without any mistakes?
Yeah, man, that's the way to roll, isn't it? Just take it race by race. Hopefully, just don't lose too many points on the key players. You know, such as I got my eyes on Will. Obviously, Harvey is a big one. Obviously, with his unfortunate race today. Yes, even thank God you're not in this league. Jesus. And obviously Indian Jesus as well. I know he will find his way back to the front. So yeah, just keep going race by race. Hopefully I can do something, push towards the title.
You're doing a very good job, mate. I am very proud of you. You're doing your pace has actually been amazing. I think it's better than mine in all honesty, to be honest with you.
Nah, not yet.
Yeah,
we'll see.
yeah.
We'll see. We'll have a few races soon.
Yeah, congrats on the top 3. How are you all feeling for the next race, starting with Brady?
Well, I'm not racing in the next race.
Oh
so.
yeah, sorry.
Need you.
What about you, Dewar? How are you feeling for the next race?
It's Canada, right?
Say again,
Canada,
mate.
yeah.
Canada, yeah.
There is wall everywhere, I love it.
Oh god.
Oh, this Canada's going to be an interesting one. I can't wait for that one already. What about you, Ferg?
I am scared. I'm Canada's by easily my worst race in the game.
So what I've heard, one's not racing, the other one loves it, and the other one hates it. Well, good luck, and we'll see you all next time in Canada. Thanks for you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, mate.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup.